Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. If you are new to my channel, head down that way, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, get notifications when I'm live, and don't forget to like, the thumbs up below the video, like my videos. Always the same thing. Anyway, I had no plans today. I just thought I'd come on. I was going to do this, and I was going to do that, and I was going to do this, and I was going to do that. I couldn't make up my mind, like, whatsoever. So today, I'm going to make my mother-in-law's pot holders that I'm doing for her for Christmas. She knows about them because she chose the fabric, and she's here today. So she will be reading the comments while Scott is outside playing with the kids before they go home, and then he goes to the grocery store, and blah, 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 blah. So that's what I'm doing today. Pot holders out of this. So I'm going to actually make 12 pot holders. 6 will be display pot holders, and they'll be nice. Blah, blah, blah. And then 6 will be usable, although they will all be usable because I'm using Insul-Bright in every single one of them. Hopefully, if there's enough. There better be enough for 12 pot holders because then I would be screwed if there wasn't. Because I'm not going to get more Insul-Bright. That stuff's expensive, people. Anyway, let's see who is here. We've got Kim, Sandra, Mary, Lisa, Linda, June. Hi, friends. We got Michelle here. Hi. Anybody else? Anybody else want to say hi? I see 15 names, but not as many talking. Hi, Terry. And then we got people saying hi to people. So, yes, my mother-in-law, Marie, is here. If you want, you can bring the folding chair and come sit right here and say hi on camera. Since I don't think anybody has actually, some people have not even met you yet. So you can just pop a squat next to me. So this right here is Scott's mom, Marie.
Hi.
She lives down the street, but she's moving. So yeah, this is her. For those of you who've never seen her face, she's been on one video before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been on one video before in the past, a long time ago. But she's here now. She's going to read comments and keep track of all this for me while I make her pot holders, because she's going to watch all the work that goes into them. They may seem easy at some point, but they're really not. They're just a hassle. Quilts are easier. Just kidding. Anyway, let's see. We got Linda, Laura, Rachel, the other Linda. Wow, just everybody, all the same names. Ellen's here. Sorry. You said your mother, Scott's mother-in-law, mother, same thing. I call her mom because it's easier. I mean, how many of you got married and call your in-law mom because you love them so much? I mean, some of them probably say, my mother-in-law? Oh, I don't want her to come over. Because you just don't, some parents, or some people don't get along with their in-law parents.
Well, we get along
We
great.
get along great, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mother, she's been on camera here too, if you guys remember last year for my birthday. My mom was here. And yeah, so, and they get along too. My mom and his mom, they get along great. Some in-laws don't even get along, but they get along.
Yes, we do.
Maybe it's the distance. Who knows? But yeah. My mom can't come here, so because of COVID, so she lives too far away to just pop on over for a Sew Sunday. But one of these days again, she'll be back on. Let's see. Shirley's here. Luann's here. And they're saying hi to you. Her name is Marie, for those that are curious. I already said that, though, just in case. In case you need to know again. So today I'm going to make her pot holders. I haven't even ironed the fabric because, like, do you ever get that feeling where you just don't want to get up? You don't want to do anything. You don't want to start a new project. You're just blah. That is me today. I really don't want to do anything. I just didn't want to walk into my sewing room, but I have to do something. And I never have a plan. For those that are curious about Sew Sunday, why it's always spaghetti-brained, that is because I never have a plan. I just come in here and say, oh, I'll do that today. Oh, I'll do that today. That's what I do. Today was one of those days where I didn't want to walk in here and say, oh, I'll do that today. Today is one of those, dang it, I got to get it done. I'm procrastinated long enough. Let's just do this. That's what those days is today. I had to get up and had to do something. And there's reasons for me laying around and doing nothing. I don't feel very well. I have a cold and a couple other issues going on, and a popping in my ear that doesn't stop. It's just fluttering. It's weirdness along with my headache. It's like a strange, I don't know how to explain it. And well, today's Sunday, so I can't even see a doctor anyway, but I'm waiting until it's horribly bad before I go to the doctor, because as you all know, I've had enough of doctors in, you know, the last year.
Yes.
A lot of doctors this last year. So I forced myself up. I always do sew Sunday, whether it's a Q&A or not. But I said I needed to sew today. I forced myself up, and this is what I'm going to do. So this is the panel. It's not pressed. It's really, really cute. It's a menu, and it has forks, and it's kitchen related. It's a bristo, bon appetit, and blah, blah, blah. I'm literally not using the words. I'm going to use around the words, but I'm not using the words. I'll put those in my string pieces. But it's the same thing on each. They're all, actually, are they all 12 different? They look, oh, look, they aren't all the same. One says home, but if you look on this side, I don't see a home one. I see let's
that's
cook.
different.
They're all different. So, yeah.
That'll
Nope.
be neat.
Yeah, because this one says something different. Home is in the kitchen, and this one said home is in the kitchen, but it's wrote differently. So look at that. This whole
They're all
time I
different.
thought that these 6 were the same as these 6, but they're not. They're different. So this is what I'm making today. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I got to press these, and then I'm going to read real quick, and then I'm going to hand the tablet over to Mom, and she's going to go sit on the side and read comments, because I kind of need my pathway anyway, but at least you guys all got to say hi to Marie, and you could still talk because she has the tablet today. I got to remind you, do not hold down, like if you were holding on a name. See how it puts that up? You'll accidentally hit something, so don't do that. Just scroll like this. Okay.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let's see who else is here. Since I saw Luann, I already saw that. Lisa said, like the fabric. I like those insulated casserole carriers. I can't even talk. For Christmas, and now no one can actually use them. COVID. Yeah, you know, exactly. And I just watched I watched the Jenny Doan did, or the Missouri Star did the casserole holder thingy. I actually saw that video. All right, there you go. Take that over there. Have fun. Read some comments. I am going to get to work. So for those that are joining, welcome. I'm going to be making pot holders. 12 of them to be exact. And the backs of every single one of these, can you plug the iron in? And Cyrus is in here too, by the way.
I'm crippled.
And he's crippled today. I'm using random food fabrics for the backs of all of these. And I was going to grab out a tomato one because I had a tomato one out in my hand, I thought. And then it disappeared out of my hand. You know, I'm on it. I'm still on it. I had the tomato, and now I don't. Oh, that's so crazy. You guys can get to stare at the back of my head for a second while I try to find the tomatoes that were... I found them like a couple weeks ago, and then I was like, where'd they go? Nope, and nope. What did I do with them? I don't know. Let's grab the other tomato. All right. Iron is on, and I'm going to press this, and I'm going to grab a tomato fabric. Bam, there's a tomato. That way I have corn, tomato, green beans, apples, mixture stuff, and watermelon.
Watermelon.
Sounds yummy. And then I'm making 6 of them are going to get this as the top. That's already on the panel. The background of this, you know, that empty space. 6 of them are going to have that as the hook, and 6 are going to have the black binding as the hook. That'll be wonderful. Wonderful. We're also going to open the Insul-Bright, and I know you guys totally cannot see me when I'm... So if you didn't know, for newbies to this, Insul-Bright has like metal in it, like what is it called?
Metallic.
It's so that you could touch. It's what's in pot holders and hand pot holder thingamabobbers. It has that in it. So some people have issues. Are you leaving? I love you. I'll see you. Some people have issues sewing through it. Give me bye-byes. Give me bye-bye. Mwah. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Hi.
It has the metal in it. Whatever the word is. Anyways, it's a reflective stuff and it keeps heat off of your hands. Some people double layer it. Some people do not. I'm probably going to for the ones that will be used at all times, or if I could just get them on all, because these are about 7.5 inches. We will be using the Insul-Bright.
I'll be back. I'm going to go say bye to the girls.
Okay. All right. So as soon as that iron is hot, which it is now, I'm going to press this. And I'm going to try to keep them straight because this panel, they're kind of like bowing a little. And we want to steam them quite a bit so that they lay really, really flat. And I can see from right here, so here's half of it. Right there, I can tell they're like seriously bowed. And if that happens, because panels tend to bow, you can just like use your hands to stretch it to where everything, and then press it after you do that so that everything is nice and square. So you can see I'm kind of like manipulating the fabric a little bit to, and then I'm going to repress it and then chop this first side off because I'm just using the one side right now. It looks about straight now. And then I'm going to press it into place, and then I'm going to put some starch on it to keep them nice and flat. So that I can trim the right amount off of each and every one. And it's going to get stinky in here because starch stinks. Blech. So I dry iron on the starch. All right. And I'm going to cut this first side off. I'll lay it up here nicely. I'm going to do my best to cut. Let's see how much I have in between all these. I have about 1.25 inches. So we can go 3/4 of an inch beyond and hopefully be able to get 3/4 of an inch all the way around the edge. So those two are lined up. That one's kind of crooked. Alright, I'm going to pull this down on this side now and cut away 3/4 of an inch. On this one, it was just a little on the crooked side. Alright. So I was able to go 3/4 of an inch around. Now I have to do in here, which I'm going to make sure real quick before I do. That probably won't be. That's not totally. Alright, let's do this side now. 3/4 of an inch. I'm lining the edge of the ruler up, because you guys can't really tell. The edge of the 3/4 inch line with the edge of all of these pieces. All of the panel pieces. Alright, so that side is temporarily cut. Now I need to do this side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to steam press it first, stretch it out, and then cut it. Because they are a little on the wonky side. as wonky as that other side was. And I'm using the mat to see the lines, like if this comes out at the 17 here, it should come out at the 17 there, and it actually looks pretty straight on this one. So let me starch it. Again, some more stinky stuff. Whew. What's everybody saying, Mama?
What?
Anybody asking questions?
Nope, they're all talking with each other.
Anybody come in that we haven't read the name of? Anyone come in?
Vivian and Maggie both said hi.
Hi, Vivian and Maggie. This one's pretty straight. One side of the panel was messed up, one side is really straight. So I'm going to bring this over here, and now I'm going to cut away this side as well. And that is mostly moved out of my way. Lift that up. Line 3/4 of an inch up. On this side of my edge of, I'm using the edge of the panel images.
Lisa wants to know how that starch smell is treating you, Tiff.
Horrible, let me tell you. I can't stand it. I had a lavender one, but Walmart was out of the lavender flauntless. But I'm going to use all those in a minute. So I ended up with plain scented, and I'm using the rest of my little dollar store one. I don't really care about starches. They don't have to be any specific brand for those that are curious. I just use whatever starch is on sale and or under $1 or less. So, which it hasn't been anymore. The price went up on the darn stuff. So Walmart now has this for $1.29 instead of $1 when it used to be 97 cents for this. Just last year, right before I needed it again now. But right now I'm using this nasty dollar store starch. I'm not picky about starch though, guys. I just use what I use or use what I can afford. Alright, we're going to go in here and cut this. Let me see real quick. Half of that is 3/4 of an inch, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Just looks smaller. Alright. I'm literally cutting these to exact size to sew them because I'm just going to be stitching and flipping. So. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Alright. Let's cut this one. We'll line it up.
Alright, my love, we're leaving.
Okay, bye.
We'll be back in a little. See you later, Mom.
Yeah.
And lining this up. Right there, right there. All the way down. There. Nice and center. I don't think my top and bottom is going to be 3/4 of an inch. Looks like most of it's going to be half an inch though.
Tom says hi, Tiff.
Who said hi?
Tom.
Hi, Tom. Welcome. All right, where's my Missouri Star ruler? There's the little one. Where's the big one? You know, when I do so much in here and I forget where I put things. Aha, there it is. Found it. So now I can sit.
Tiffany.
Huh?
Luann says that she brought liquid starch and put it in a spray bottle. Diluted some, and it's great and cheaper.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't ever really bothered with any other brands of starch because like I said, I really don't care. As long as the smell isn't like super ridiculously horrible. That's why I like the lavender one, honestly, because it's not super ridiculously horrible. It's withstandable. All right, now I'm just going to trim all these apart and then measure them so that I know for the Insul-Bright. All right, so here's one, and it is, I can trim it down just a little bit so it's a normal size. So it's almost 7.5 by 8 and whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim it down to like a 1/2 inch all the way around them. That is fine. All right. I'll trim them all after I cut them all apart. Yeah, because that is totally not, let's see if it's a 1/2 inch. Oh, it's a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch right here. That end. Just a little smidge. Alright, so we're going to take all this down to 1/2 inch. Because of that top and bottom. So it'll be 7.5 by 8.5, which is like a pot holder size. Alright. So what is everybody working on today? You know, curious minds here like to know. I was in a slump today, so I'd like to know what things you guys are doing to keep my slump not slumpy. To keep me motivated that you guys are working too. And Ma can just read it all out loud. Did I ever tell you guys that I have a wrist problem and I think it's carpal tunnel because this sitting and cutting thing sucks because my hand has to be this way, like this, to cut. When I stand, I can come straight down. Oh, it's killer. I asked Scott the other day if I could buy a Martelli cutter with the straight flat hand, and he didn't give me an answer. Like he looked at me like that look on someone's face. You really need another rotary cutter? That kind of look.
June says, I've started cutting out Tiffany's big star blocks.
Ooh, that's a fun one. You know, I still have yet to quilt that quilt. It's just in the closet because, well, now I have 120-inch batting, but, yeah, last year I didn't have backing or batting for that, and that quilt is 112 by 124, I think. It's huge. Very huge. It's a king.
Tiff, Linda said that she got in late. What are you making?
I am making my mother-in-law's pot holder since she bought a new house and is moving across town, which we call the south side. There's a south side, a central, and a north side of town. And she's moving to the south side. We live central. And when I say central, that means we are literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from like doctor's offices, and we could literally walk to doctor's offices actually, and to the grocery store, and all the things that are on Main Street, which is McCulloch, if you've ever been to Havasu. Alright. Kind of like the sides being 3/4 and the top.
Lisetta said, I just opened my Martelli cutter and it's making all the difference.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, I want to get one. I'm going to ask Scott again later. I don't want to ask him after he's done grocery shopping. I'll wait till later after the video. Be like, my wrist really hurts. I need an ergonomic cutter. Please. Should be doable. So yeah, I am making these. I'm making sure that I'm cutting a certain 1/2 inch away from the start of the picture on all of these, but the sides I'm leaving the 3/4 of an inch. I think they look good like that. So I'm just doing the tops and bottoms right now. And then I have to press the other fabric. And then I gotta cut up some Insul-Bright. And then I gotta cut the center pieces out for 6 of these, and I'll let Mom choose which ones she thinks she'll want to hang on the wall and which ones she will use frequently. Probably the ones with the sayings will be the, you know, the cutesy sayings will be the wall hanging ones. So I'm making 12 pot holders, 6 to be hung up and look pretty behind or around the stove area. She's got a big, huge kitchen now, so it'll look nice. And the other 6 to be used like pot holders should get used. I mean, they can all be used. Like, see, this one's plain, so I would say use it. See, Mom? Are you listening to me? Hello? This one's plain, no writing, so I would say this would be in the use it pile. The wall hanging ones would be the ones that say menu, pasta, like this. So yeah. How's the weather for everyone? Did I tell you it was like super cold here at night or whatever, and we do the open doors and windows this time of year until it completely changes. And it's been at night, I don't know, like, can't say exactly, but it's been in the 49, 48, but the inside house this week has only been cooling down to like 73, which is kind of weird, but I think it's just because there's no wind. But can you believe that here in Arizona, it does get to 49 or less degrees. All right. Those are now all trimmed. Now, let's choose which one. Home is in the kitchen. That's a good one. Menu. That one doesn't say anything. Let's eat says something. Never trust a... This one says never trust a skinny chef. The secret's in the sauce. Eat your vegetables. I don't know. I think those ones should be. This one says good friends and stuff. That should be a wall one. Let's cook. Oh, here's this. This one will be a wall one. Family is a blessing. Good friends, good life. And home is in the kitchen. The other ones should be regular. Eat your vegetables. Let's cook. The secret's in the sauce. Never trust a skinny chef. Let's see.
Tiffany.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Sylvia says, watch for Mortelli as a sale. I bought my 45mm cutter from them for about $17. It has been a total game changer.
Yeah, I'll look online. We'll do let's cook this way, and the rest can go here in this file. Yep. Okay. These are perfect sized pot holders. I mean, all you do is reach in, grab a pot, you know. Perfect. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hangings and 6 users. Now to cut the backs. What did I say? 7.5 or no, 7 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.5 by 8.5. Okay. 7.5 by 8.5 is what I have to cut everything except for the Insul-Bright, because I'm just going to be sewing around at right side and then flip it out. So, and then quilting wise, the ones that get hung on the wall, I'll just quilt around the edge. The other ones I'll do an X over or something. That way nothing shifts.
Emily says hi.
Hi, Emily. All right, turn the iron back on. All right, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just skip out on that corner one and do these ones. That way I can cut 1, 2 from each. You know what I mean? So you'll get 2 of each. All right. I'm literally just going to cut 7 7.5.
Linda says, Tiff, didn't sew Becca have them in her shop? Don't know how much, maybe even
Last
Walmart.
I thought that
Yes.
she was out of them, but I'll ask her again. If she comes on today, I'll ask her. All right, we're until over 7.5, and then the leftovers will just go in my scraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'll have a string. And a half. And look at that, I get to cut my strings while I'm here. Right there. This can go in here in my random pile of sized strings. And look at that. Problem solved. Don't have a ton of leftover anything. And then by 8.5. And I should press it first, but I'm not going to because I'm already right here. And it's no big deal. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. I could probably just start attempting to cut left-handed from now on, but I'll just ask Scott. He'll probably say yes. All right, there's 1, 2. All right, let's do that again. Oh, that one's only a fat quarter. Around, fold it in half. Straighten up one edge. Did everybody say what their weather is like?
They're just saying that it's cold.
Mm-hmm. All right. 7.5. So my pot holders, the pot holders will be 7.5 by 8.5, but technically they'll be, with seam allowances, they'll be 7 by 8. Okay. Right here, right there. Right there. Turn it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. I already pre-pressed this one, so I don't have to get back up to press or turn around. What did everyone say they were working on? Anything?
Nothing.
All right.
It's warm in Dallas, Texas.
Ooh. It's warm here during the day, like 60 something. I guess that's warm for most people. For me, that's a little on the chilly side. But if you stand in the sun, it's okay.
Hot in Thompson, Georgia.
I personally don't like the cold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just don't move. Don't move. What was it? And then I will get a 2.5 inch strip for my 2.5 inch strip bin. Look at that. 2.5 inch strip of corn.
June said she's doing a wall hanging for her granddaughter to put her hair ribbons to clip on to.
Oh, that's cool.
cool in northeast Texas. Emily is working on Tula Pink opening night. My first quilt kit. Wish
Tula
me
Pink
luck.
opening night. That sounds fun. Golly. Line it up, make sure all of that crosses, and it does. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Half. And then I'll get a 1 something inch strip off of the rest of this. Looks like 1.5 inch strip. No, 1 3/4 inch strip.
In Florida, it was 80 degrees, real nice with a little breeze.
Ooh, that sounds like my weather.
It was 54 today in Missouri. Supposed to be 60s this week with 30s at night.
Ooh. Who has snow? Who has beautiful snow? I'm going to ask you to do this. If you have snow and you have a camera and you're in the Facebook group, post a picture of your snow view outside. I want to see snow. Since I will never go to the snow, I would like to see snow. So if you feel like it, post a picture in the Facebook group of your snow. I want to see snow. Since I will never go in the snow because it is too cold, I will live vicariously through all of you.
Lisetta says starting to storm here in PA.
Oi.
Spotty power
Power outages.
outages to be expected.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. That sucks. Power outages always suck. I mean, even though everybody in this world lived without power, in the 1800s, they had oil lamps and stuff like that, but I would still hate to be without power. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, and that's 6. Okay.
Kim says my friends in Colorado are covered with snow and tired of it already.
Yeah. There's not much you can do. Well, some people like playing in the snow, but I mean, there's not really much you can do when it snows all the time and you're buried 6 feet in of snow.
Lisa says I love snow. We don't get much anymore.
We got it once here in Havasu in the last 20 years. And that's all the kids did. Go out and play in it. Go out and play in it. Of course, I went out in it too, but it wasn't a heavy. I mean, we got what, an inch? Enough for the kids around all the neighborhoods to make snowmen at the parks, or out in their front yard. There was enough snow to make snowmen. It was kind of crazy, actually. I was on my way to a doctor's appointment with Scott, and I remember that day because I was going to the rheumatologist, and yeah. I was like, look what the heck? And Scott was like, what? I was like, it's snowing. He said, nuh-uh. He's looking while trying to drive, and oh my gosh, it's snow. And yeah, it actually snowed. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7.5. Notice I'm moving my pieces around and I'm not cutting everything in the same spot. That allows my mat to be stay nice. So that's why I'm
Jill
counting.
wants to know what you're working on.
I am making pot holders for my mother-in-law, who is sitting right here as the person reading on the reading the comments today. So yeah. Less waste, Tiffy. Less waste. Less waste. So I'm making 12 altogether. 6 she'll hang on her wall and 6 will be used. That way she has plenty in her kitchen. And I'm using Insul-Bright and as many as I can. I'll probably, the wall hanging ones probably do single and then double in the singles. This is her Christmas present. She chose the fabric from my room. And she already knew she was getting it, so now she just gets to watch me make them. We'll see how fast I can make them all. Alright, there's 2 more. And 1 more time will be 6. Each of them, the 6, and all 12 of them will have a different, 6 will have different backings, if that makes any sense. 6 of them will have one kind and 6 of them will have another. Totally. Oh, I guess I'll press it.
Jill says, I was just looking at mine and wondering what materials I would need.
Well, first off, you need fabric, some cotton fabric. Second, you need some Insul-Bright. If you're going to do pot holders and you're going to use them, you need Insul-Bright. Maisie's Wonderland. This tomato print is Wyndham Fabrics. Maisie's Wonderland. I wonder what the other fabrics that went with this, you know, the rest of the line look like. Oh. All right. Started off on a line. All right, here we go. We're going to cut this edge, straighten it all up. I totally did not press hard enough there. There we go. And this is a fresh blade too in this cutter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. They are 7.5 by 8.5 inch, though. They're not completely square pot holders, which is cool because they don't need to be completely square when they're custom. Alright, the rest of that can go back in my yardage bin. I'm gonna have to look up the rest of this line. Kind of curious if it's all fruits and vegetables or something, or if it's all tomato related. It's rare I have a selvage on my scrap pieces, but this just so happened to be a half yard cut, so I'm gonna look that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half. Yep. 8 and a half, 8 and a half, okay. Mom's not talking much, so I'm assuming you guys are talking to yourselves. Anybody have any questions, comments, curious about anything? All right. Now to cut out all these center pieces, because I'm using all these. I'm literally going to use as much as I can of them. So I'm cutting all the way up. Oops,
Tiffany's mother-in-law from.
She lives 7 houses away. She could literally walk here. What she usually does. Did you walk here today or did you drive?
I drove because I brought that blanket down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she could literally walk here. When we go to each other's houses, we walk usually. Because it's right there. I might be able to get all of the little hooks out of this. We'll see. All right.
June wants to know if you watched Laura Lynn yesterday.
No, I did not. I missed it. I was in bed, being lazy. Not feeling too good the last couple days, so I've been in bed a lot. All right. As my body gets better, it seems like it's not getting better. Kind of sucks. All right, 2 inches. Ooh, that's 2.5. I guess I can go with 2.5. 5 and then 2.5 again. I might be able to. Let's see how long this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 inches. So yeah, 4 and 4. We'll do 4 and 4. Yep. Okay. So these are going to be folded in half and turned into the little hanging things that pot holders have.
Michelle wants to know who is Laura Lynn.
Oh, Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. One of the many that I watch.
Eric wants to know what you're making.
Pot holders. Hello, Eric. And hello, everybody who is just joining. Today I'm making pot holders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Eric says hello, Tiffy.
So we'll do 6 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of these are for the wall. The rest is made out of these. So we'll cut 6 4-inch strips from this. This is just leftover binding. I'm going to try to use it where it doesn't have an end. I'm literally having everything ready. That way I can just insert, fold, and sew. Insert, fold, and sew. So they're 2.5 inches by 4 inches, or however big this binding was. It really doesn't matter because I'm going to be folding it in and turning it into a little handle to hang and or to have a handle, because all pot holders usually have a handle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more. So it's just the prep work.
Michelle says, please give Tiffany thumbs up.
Yes, don't forget your thumbs up, friends. All right, since this is binding and it's already folded in half, all I need to do is press it in half. Press one side into the half, and then press it, and then press the other side into the half, and then fold it back in half. Pretty much like it's binding, so that way I can make the little hook. So I'm going to spend some time at the iron right now, facing away from you guys, and I'm just going to press all these, and I should have lowered my ironing board, but I did not for this. Just going to get it all pressed. That way all I have to do is sew everything in and together. So here's one that I'm going to ask you guys. What is your most favorite thing to make as gifts for the holiday season for your non-quilty friends and family? So what do you usually make to gift? Do you make pot holders? Do you make bowl cozies? Do you just make them a whole quilt? What do you make with fabric in your sewing room to gift people for the holidays? What is your favorite thing, your go-to gifting item? Well, let me know that in the chat section, and Ma can read it out loud. Trying to make this fun. It seems like it's like a non-chatty day.
Mary Jane says bags.
Bags. Ooh.
Heather says mug rugs.
Mug rugs. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. It's like a placemat for your mug on the coffee table.
Lisetta says hats, scarves. Shannon says pillowcases. Jill says, this year, lots of pillowcases. I'm having fun making those.
I know Becca just did a really, really adorable one of the pillowcases. I like the second pillowcase better than the first, only because of the peacock. But Becca from Sew Becca, I don't know if she's here because Ma didn't say if she was here, but just made pillowcases, and that second one was adorable. But then I love peacock, so
My go-to gift item is not sewing related. It's making ornaments or gift baskets.
Oh.
That's from Eric.
Or that like what you're making now, like when we were on the Zoom chat, your little wreath type thing, right? Stuff like that.
Lisa says snap up basket and holder for sanitizer and Kleenexes.
Oh.
June says table runners.
Yeah, that's usually my thing, is I make people table runners.
Emily says dresses for daughters or shorts for sons.
Oh, that works. That's a good one. That's sewing clothing.
Lisa says, yeah, last year it was bags, pillowcases for the grads. This year making the grand bedside organizers.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. So it like
Luana.
sits on the or it hangs off the bed, right? Or does it sit on a nightstand and hang off the nightstand?
Luana says embroidery tonight.
Embroidery.
Deborah says sets of duffel bags and quilts.
That works.
Mario says I made some mug rugs but like them so much I might keep them.
That was me with table runners last year that I made. I really wanted to keep them. Like, I really did, but I didn't. Totally need some more steam. Sounds like you all are having fun though, making stuff for this holiday season, and or at least have fun with your go-to gift items, because I have fun with all that stuff too, besides the making clothes part. I don't really do that, but I have in past Christmases for the girls, I have made them clothes.
June says have made advent calendars before, but they're labor intensive and not particularly appreciated.
Yeah. That's why I sold the advent calendars that I had, because I would have never done them, and I don't know who would use them, honestly. That's my honest opinion. Oh, this is killing me. I gotta stand for this, guys. You could stare at my butt. It's killing me to hold my wrist in that position.
Kim says I bake.
Ooh. Cookies and stuff. Edible foods. Edible is always good for my family is edible things. Scott likes when the kids gift him food things. Like the little jerky kit, the little jerky sets with the summer sausage and crackers and cheese. He likes those. He'll have it eaten, you know, right after dinner's done on Christmas. He'll eat that crap up. I eat it too, but not much. Messes with my belly, but I still have some. Either way.
Kim says she makes cookies, breads, and fudge.
Fudge.
And
Dark
Emily,
chocolate fudge or milk chocolate fudge, Kim?
Emily says making my husband a shaving bag this year.
Oh, that sounds neat. Like to put all his special shaving stuff in a certain spot in the bag, like little holder areas, and you can like roll it up and take it on the go.
Kim also makes peanut brittle.
I don't like peanut brittle, but then I don't like peanut butter. I think this is the most time-consuming part of it, is making the little hooks for these things.
Mario says I do lots of canned jams. They might get some if I do decide to keep the mug rugs.
I like preserves. I had a family member give me, when I was in my early 20s, a family member made me preserves for Christmas, and gave me like 5 different flavors: apple preserve spread and strawberry and a pineapple one, and oh, it was all so good. It went quick too because I love it in my peanut butter and preserve sandwiches. And I don't really eat peanut butter. I told you guys I don't like peanut butter, but I do eat peanut butter and preserve sandwiches just with like a thin layer of peanut butter, and the rest is all the strawberry and or whatever flavor preserves we have here at the time. And I put mounds of it, like literally.
Lisa says 2 years ago I made everyone bowl cozies. Then those foam pad holders.
That's one thing I have not made was the bowl cozies. Lexa and I talked about doing it as a YouTube video last year, and we never got to it because I don't know why we never did it. We just never did it. Oh, the most time-consuming part is now done. So now I'm just going to sew all these now. So what I'm going to do is stitch on both sides of each of these so that they always stay folded in half, and if they ever get washed, they won't like look funky. They will always stay closed. It's a good thing last project I was using black thread, so this project I don't have to change my thread out. I can just start chain piecing all these through on one side, 1/8 of an inch, and then chain piece the other side. Take a drink of water and then get going. So I'll sew all of one side, bless you, Mom,
Thank you.
and then I'll sew all of the other side. It's really hard to use my knee lift when this darn trash can is literally at my knee down here. Bless you again.
Thank you. Linda says bless you. Thank you, Linda.
They tend to do that when we sneeze. So I'm just running them all through one side first, and then I'll run the second side through and sew both sides about 1/8 of an inch away so that they never twist or turn or bunch up or anything like that. I probably make my pot holders a lot different than everyone else does.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Alright, so now that all those are, ah, shoot, you know what? That's kind of funny. I totally forgot to change my bobbin thread, so the bobbin thread is white. So one side is white stitching and one side is black. So the tension is good, so that I guess I'm going to leave, and then I'll finally change it out in a minute. I'll just make sure that the white is on one side only. I should have paid attention to that. Best way to check your tension is to have two different thread colors. Same weight, same thread brand, two different colors. You know, actually you don't have to have the same brand. As long as it's the same weight, it really tests your tension really nicely. Because then you can tell what's sticking up and what shouldn't be sticking out. Alright, so all those are now one long chain. One side is white, one side is black. I should have paid attention to that. I think that is dark blue. Do I have any blacks? That looks black. Is that black? Yep, that's black. Some of this really like navy blue colors that I have kind of almost resemble black, but they're really not. I don't think I'm going to use that much thread. Okay. All right, let's snip all these apart because these are now ready to be the little handle hanging thingies, and they're kind of thick, but that's fine. Like I said, I do things differently. Not everybody does it the same, and you know what? It's gonna hang just the same as anything else. Now I can start cutting the oh my goodness, the word Insul-Bright stuff up so that we can get that used. Let's see if anybody said anything. What kind of machine? My machine is a it's a Juki TL 2010Q. Tiff, do you use a layer of batting with Insul-Bright? No, I usually put 2 layers of Insul-Bright. Honestly, I don't really want anybody to get burnt off of gifting them pot holders. That's if I have enough. If I don't have enough, like the wall hanging ones, then I can add the batting too. If they're gonna be used, I usually put 2 layers of Insul-Bright. And I also remind family members and friends that I've made pot holders for, never to put your pot holder in the microwave, because this has metal in it. That metal does not go in a microwave. You will have some, just like some people have made bowl cozies with batting in them. And I've heard people, a lot of batting, even if it's 100% cotton, has scrim in it. So it'll have like 3 to 8% scrim. That scrim is polyester. That polyester is a binding for the cotton batting. So if you put cotton batting inside of a bowl cozy, guess what's going to happen with that scrim in the microwave? It's going to catch on fire. So I've actually seen on lots and lots of quilting groups that I'm in, people showing pictures of their family members that have stuck bowl cozies in the microwave. So I make sure I tell everyone, do not stick any of the products I make you in the microwave. If you want it, put your bowl in the microwave first, cook your food, and then put your bowl cozy in as you're pulling it out. Or, depending on the item that they're getting. Like I said, I've never made bowl cozies, but I've seen the disasters online. I notice you keep sewing. What do you mean? Because I continuously did this? Yeah. Hold on, let me see. What am I meaning? Do you use a layer? Okay, I already saw that. Yes, I have, Michelle, moving my channel and keeping me very busy. Great ideas to make pot holders. At least you weren't at least I wasn't air sewing. Yes, exactly. All right, here's the next part. Cutting this up. I should be able to we're going to cut 12 to start. That should get me a lot. We're going to cut all 12 pot holders out first. All right, so I'm going to fold it in half. Cut all 12, and I cut all of my pieces for my pot holders are 7.5 by 8.5. I'm actually going to cut this 7 1/4 by 8 1/4 instead. So I will have, it will be right at the edge of my seam allowance because I'm going to be flipping all this. So yeah, so I'm going to cut it smaller than I need, and I'm going to exact measurements because I'm trying not to waste anything, because this stuff is expensive, like I've said a bazillion times. I think this is the most expensive type of batting related anything. All right, so I'm going to cut 7 1/4, and that's nicely lined up. Nicely lined up. I'm going to grab this one. Hold on, turn it around, Tiffy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the 7? Oh, there it is, right there. 7. 7 1/4. And I'm just going to use my rotary cutter. Like I said, some people have issues sewing through it. Some don't, but I'm really not sewing through anything because I'm going to barely be quilting all of these pieces. They're just going to get stitched down after the fact. All right, so let's see. Let's cut 2 for now. Standing and cutting is so much easier for me. And that's the 7, there's the 1/4, there's the 1/4, there's the 1/4. And then I'll cut 8 1/4 the other way. Okay, 2, 2. Let's do 3. There, right there, right there, all the way down.
Lisa says I use my walking foot with Insul-Bright.
Well, that's why I'm cutting this 1/4 inch short, so I don't have to keep switching out all my feet on my machine. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, see how many we'll get, because I might be able to double layer every single one of them. Okay, so I'm going to line these up on top of each other, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut them 8 1/4 over and over, and let's see how many we get. 8 1/2, 8 1/4. Literally right there on the edge. Let's see. I'm going to switch to a 60 for this. Why? Because I'm cutting through so many layers. That's a lot of layers. There we go. Oh, like butter. 7 1/4 by 8 1/4. So there's 3. There's 6. Now I have to do 2 more times. So every one gets 1, and then yeah, I can do it more than that actually. I might be able to get double layer in every single one.
You want me to cut that for you?
Nope. Alright. Yep, I'd be able to get double layer in every one because that was 3 cuts. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and cut them now because I'm right here. Put that aside. Oops, putting that aside actually. Now we're going to cut. There's 6. And 6 is 12, so that's 1 for each. 7 1/4 is right there, right there, right there. And 7 1/4. Oh yes, yes, come on, we can get it all. I'm gonna use all this stuff up because I will never use it again, or never need it again. Now I'm going to cut by 8 1/4 this way. They're literally like a tad bit different, but not. Come on, stay lined up. Trying to read the ruler at the correct way. Let's see, cutting 4 layers like butter. Look at that. So there's 3. There's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jill wants to know if I sew too.
She did in her younger years, but she doesn't since she's, yeah, she brings me everything to sew. Alright, so there's 3. Oh my goodness, are we going to get enough? 2 more pieces.
Tell Jill my name is Marie.
Her name is Marie. You can say it because they can hear you.
Oh.
There's a microphone connected. And I'll get 1 more, and 2 won't have double layer. Actually, they will because I'll just put these in to equal.
Hi, Jill.
Aha, look at that. I can do that. Yeah. Because I'm smart cookie. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, look at that. 2 for each. Now I can start sewing. Yay! This should go quick. All right, so here's my little tabs. So like I said, 6 of them are for the wall hanging ones, even though they're getting 2 layers, and then 6 of them are going to be for the not wall hanging ones. 1 of each of these for each side. So here is.
Jill wants to know if I did quilting as well.
No, she did not. She just mended clothing.
No, I used to do quilting.
You did quilting?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought Scott said you just mended clothing.
No, and I made clothes.
All right. This is the used side. This is the wall hanging side. So we're going to put 1 of these right side up. Put that on. 2 of these. And I'm putting the metal towards the inside. Metal towards the inside. And then 1 of these face down. Because I'm going to be stitching all the way around and then flipping. Oops. Duh. 2 on the bottom. And then these together. I just had a brain fart, guys. Right sides together. And I'm going to be leaving an opening at the top is where I will be adding my my little hook thingamabobber will be gets into the top. Okay, so we're going to start with 1. And this one goes in that pile. All right. Looks good.
Jill says, Marie, the only time I attempted to make a shirt, one arm was longer. I'll stick to making quilts.
That's funny. And I probably should pin, but I'm not going to because when do I ever do anything I'm supposed to? So now I'm going to sew all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam. And I'm definitely going to put my little magnet on here because I am really, really sloppy with this whole seam thing. And I'm also leaving the opening at the top so that I can flip the whole thing as well as insert after I flip it is when I'll insert and then top stitch these in. Okay? I know it sounds weird doing it this way, but trust me, it will work out. So
Jill says that's why we love you, Tiffany.
Stitch this together. I just went right off the edge. No big deal. Sewing a 1/4 inch all the way around. Everything's staying nice and flat. You know what? I might not even need to quilt any of these, you know, like do any stitches because they seem pretty darn good. And 1 more side. And I'm going to back stitch. And I'm going to reach my hand. Oops, I got to clip my corners. There's my good scissors. I'm going to clip all 4 corners. Flip it around. I'm also going to straighten this up because it shifted a little because I'm the retarded one who doesn't like to pin. Actually, I don't want that in my scraps because it has metal in it. All right, now I'm going to reach my hand in or just flip the whole thing out and we'll have 1 pot holder to start with so far.
It's
Where's my poker? Poker. Where's my poker? That's weird. Okay. I don't know what happened to my poker. A pencil will work. There we go. Get in there. I have a purple thing and it disappeared since I put this desk in here. Not over there. Not over there. And it's definitely not hanging on the wall. That's okay. That's what this is for. Pencil. Works just fine. Do you need to leave? Is that why you said the time? Mom?
What?
Do you need to leave? Is that why you said the time?
No.
Oh. Alright. Now I'm going to press it nice and flat so that I can stitch all the way around this darn thing and put my little thingamabobber in it. I really need my purple thing. So now I'm going to fold in my top and bottom, and then I'm going to iron it to stay down, or you can put some clips in it. That's up to you. This is the most simplest way to make these. Stay down, stay down. Nice and tight. And I'll stitch it shut.
Okay, I'm back, my love. How's it going?
So far I've made one, but I'm not completely done with it. Because my purple thing is missing, the little poker thing that I have.
Oh, I don't need to read. You can keep reading, Mom. Is everybody talking to you?
Well, they're talking to themselves.
They're talking to themselves.
Because that's what everybody does.
Well, that's
But
fine.
we've been asking questions and playing little, like, what do you do for this, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. Oh, here's another one. What is everybody doing for Thanksgiving? Since we have COVID and not everybody can see their family members, Thanksgiving is a hop, skip, and a jump away. What's everyone doing for Thanksgiving?
It's only 2-3 weeks, isn't it?
Less than that. Today's already the 15th, isn't it? Like the 20-something?
Yeah, it is. It's
27th
another...
or something?
Hi, everyone.
I have no idea. Probably
They're saying
nothing.
hi to me.
Do you want to come up to my place?
Well, you're moving. Do you have anything there?
I think I'm just gonna do nothing this year.
Do you want me to make
Kim says
something?
absolutely nothing. Jill says making a small dinner with boys and husband.
Do you want me to make something and bring it down?
No. I'll probably
Vicky's getting a
treat it-
small bird and just cooking for the two of them.
Alright. I'm gonna treat it like
Hello
every other
again.
holiday.
Everyone's still saying hi.
So now I'm gonna insert this wonderful thing. Snip all the excess threads off of it. And I'm going to leave it to where it's hanging. They're going to be the same sides together, so it creates a hook. Instead of twisting it and putting it like this, because this is going to be able to hang on the wall, I want them both to face the same direction, creating a hook. So it goes in, and I'm going to center it, them together. Oops, I want the black showing. Creating this little hook. Make sure that they're touching. Make sure that it's
Those are
centered.
going to be neat potholers when she's finished.
Heck yeah.
Alright, and now I'm going to stitch it shut, and then I'm also going to stitch all the way around the whole entire thing. Oops, and that did not fold the way I wanted. Come on. This is why most people pin. Because people like me don't. And I mess up continuously. Let me push that down just a little bit at the iron. That will be better. Anybody else? Besides the nothing comment and the small bird and the small family, just kids.
Well, Emily is here. Her daughter's 6th birthday was today, and she's on the spectrum. So it was the first birthday she was excited to open gifts, which that's
Ooh.
awesome.
Wonderful. Tell her happy birthday from us.
Yes, happy birthday. We believe Sasha is there too. So yes, when we get excited stuff like that, I know what it's like. Heather's doing nothing. They might go to the in-laws, but the parents have to do the baking. June's going to her son's. Jill wants to know what you're doing.
I am making pot holders for my mother-in-law for Christmas, but since she's here and knows what I'm doing.
No, what you're doing for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
she
for
knows what you're
Thanksgiving?
doing here.
I am not doing a dang thing. Why? Because I don't want to. Sometimes I just don't want to do anything.
We don't do
Besides,
anything every year for Thanksgiving.
Not to do anything.
Last year we went to the neighbors, and every other year we go to mom's. I remember last year we went to the neighbors over there. They invited you. You guys didn't want to come.
That's because we didn't know them.
We didn't know them either. I sat here with Sasha. They went over with Triana. This year Sasha would go over.
Okay. And now I'm going to
I don't know if we're
continuously
invited
sew
this year.
all the way around. I'm going to pivot right here.
Mario says they're in Canada, so they had Thanksgiving in October, and they just ordered out.
That works.
Sineada's not doing Thanksgiving this year. June says they don't do Thanksgiving in the UK, obviously. It's an American holiday. I got you there, June.
Obviously, those that are out of the country. I know that.
Terry's doing a simple Thanksgiving. Mary Jane has a daughter and family are coming for the meal. Linda came from Michigan to Nebraska to be with the daughter and her family just for Thanksgiving.
That works.
June says, what? No enchiladas, Tiff? That's
No,
Christmas.
That's Christmas usually.
We'll be doing it at Christmas, though. You want to keep doing it? Okay.
All right. I have made one pot holder this whole entire time because all the rest of it was cutting and prepping.
Okay, now say what you're making. Sineada's late. She wants to know.
I'm making pot holders for my mother-in-law. So here is one singular pot holder that'll hang on the wall. So far. Now I need to make 11 more.
11 more?
I'm making
11
12.
more?
6 for the hang up and 6 to be used.
You're getting 11 more? Are they all for her?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's making
I didn't
12.
want a two-sided.
12,
I didn't
sorry.
want to make them two-sided because I wanted the. Never mind. I just
Well, you're
didn't
gonna
want them
have pot holders
two-sided.
forever and a day, Ma.
Yeah. So there's one pot holder so far. Simple as that.
Jill says slow down with assembling the next one. She missed the first one.
Okay, I'm gonna show you right now. So here's another
Hey Scott,
Yeah.
one.
should I
Those are
turn them
my.
off? They're actually brown.
And then I need
Yeah,
one
where are
of
the ones
these.
that I'm gonna take home?
They're still cooking, Ma.
All right.
Still cooking.
So I need a backing. They're all cut to exact size. Here's my front fabric, and then 2 of the Insul-Brights. What I'm going to do is put the metal side. You can see. I don't know. Can you guys tell? That's metal, and then this side looks like regular batting. Okay, I'm going to put the metal sides together. Keeping them just like that. Then I'm going to put my backing right side up. And I'm going to make sure that it and the top right side down. Make sure if it's directional that it stays directional. And if you want, for those that do this, I don't, but we're going to do it for this one to see if there's any difference. I am going to toss a pin in here, right here. I'm going to toss a pin in right here. So it's 2 layers of the batting for me. You guys don't have to. You can just do 1. I'm doing 2 because they come out really cute with 2. They look nice and fluffy. Oops, come on, pin. Then it goes the backing face up on top of the batting, and then the front of it face down, creating a sandwich that looks like this. Okay? And that's as flat as I'm going to get it. And now I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch. I'm going to leave an opening here at the top, so I know that this is the top where I'm going to be sealing it off because of the direction of the picture. You can see it from the back side. I'm going to leave not really a hand opening because I'm just finger enough opening. As long as I can fit my fingers down in there, it's fine. I'm going to leave an opening at the top so that I can seal it when I put one of the hanging hooks in the center. So I'm going to sew starting from this side. I'm going to start sewing 1/4 inch all the way. I'm going to back tack too, just so that it doesn't unpull or unstitch it. That way the stitching don't rip out. And then sew all the way around and then stop about right here.
They're really hot.
So
I just ate 2 though.
here we go.
If you want to go try one.
I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch. And I'm sewing right off the edge, leaving it attached. It's so much easier to just sew right off the edge.
You want to try something? Why, you leave it now?
I'm going to.
Oh. Well, go try some. Eat some. If you like them. They're really
Keeping
hot.
everything
They're
nice
done.
and flat.
Everyone's saying great job, awesome pot holders, honey.
Yeah, I have a lot more to go. Definitely not going to make them all in one video. Back stitch. I'm going to pull my pins out. So I sewed everything but an opening. I'm also going to trim away anything that has shifted because it seems to just keep happening because I'm double layering it. But I'm going to trim it away anyway with the scissors. Just enough to where it's out of my way. Only shifted on one side. That's okay for me because I could care less. All right, now I'm going to reach in between the 2 layers of fabric, not between the Insul-Bright and the fabric, but between the front and the back of the fabric. Oh, first I'm going to snip away all the corners up to my stitching, but not the stitching. I totally am skipping a step here, guys. So I'm trimming that away. Now I will reach in between those 2 layers and flip everything out. If you have the Insul-Bright showing or batting or whatever you're using, then you know you have flipped it between the wrong 2 layers. You want to flip it between the 2 layers of fabric. And then since I don't know where my little poker tool is, I'm just using a pencil to get all my corners poked out. And like I said, I left enough room, the front of my hand goes in, but my whole hand doesn't go in, but it doesn't need to because I really is a very small space. So, I mean, you can leave a bigger opening if you want, but honestly, I don't need to here because this is such a small little project. I'm just poking my corners out now with the edge of my pencil since I don't know where my poker is. But a pencil works. As long as it's not too sharp. You don't want to poke your pencil through the stitching. My iron is still on. Just want to poke the corner out really nicely on all 4 corners. And I kind of use my finger first and then put the pencil in because it works easier that way. Nice and square. And then I'm going to tug at it. Flatten it back out. I'm going to tug right here. I'm going to like roll along the seam because I'm going to take it over to the iron and I make sure it's all pressed nice and flat, but I want my seam to be in the center. And since it's got 2 layers, it's on the thick side. So I want that seam to be centered all the way around. And it is. So I just roll it with my fingers and I kind of just use my nail to like finger press, I guess. At the same time as I'm going to attempt to roll this under here before I go to the iron. And I'll roll that, oops, let's cut that excess thread away. Roll this under and roll that under. Come on. I'm going to cut some of this away. Only because it's making me mad. Just a little bit. Just the Insul-Bright is what I cut away. There we go. Now it's folding over. Alright, so I'm going to take it to the iron. Use my standing up to press this under 1/4 inch. Use a little bit of steam so it'll stay.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Mom left, so I had to go talk to her a bit. We made her some food, so that's why I haven't been reading comments.
Okay, so Scott is back and he could read if anybody has any questions.
Eric's having no plans for Thanksgiving. He's maybe doing a road trip.
Road trip? Where are you going?
Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Awesome pot holders.
Alright,
Emily has no real plans. The in-laws, maybe. The governor's supposedly shutting down for Senada. The governor suggests no gatherings because of COVID. If you decide not to.
You're in Texas, right? Where you are?
Then Senada asks, are you making those for gifts? Yep, those are for...
They're for my mother-in-law, Scott's mom.
Yep, she was just here talking to you. Oh, starting tomorrow, the governor's shutting down Michigan for 3 weeks, Vicky says.
What?
Crazy.
That's so... I don't know. Whatever. That's all I gotta say. Whatever.
Got hello from Florida from Leah Stewart.
Hi, Leah. Welcome. Alright, stay down, stay down, stay down. Okay, so I'm going to use my clips to ensure that this stays down. I have some clips next to me.
Senada's going to make some makeup bags maybe tomorrow.
Alright, come on. There we are. Here.
Robin says hi to you, honey.
Hi, Robin. Hello to everybody who has joined, who came in late.
Jill says, such a vicious circle we're in. Yes, it's all this nonsense going around and around again.
I thought
They
it
shut
was
us
over.
down, then they opened us up, then they shut us down again, then they opened us up, and now they're talking about shutting down again. The same here as everywhere else. And the toilet paper's all gone 100%. Smith's was
Oh
out.
yeah, the world has gone toilet paper crazy again.
Yep,
too.
the toilet paper
well,
thing's insane.
at least here, I don't know about where you guys live. It probably has too, but yep, toilet paper is now a high commodity again. I mean, we all should have invested in toilet paper stocks at the beginning of the year. That's funny. Come on, stay.
Yep, June says they're shutting down there too.
All right, I'm going to again take my little piece. Can you see that? And I'm gonna, instead of twisting it, I'm going to bring them together like this. So they're continuously going one way. So it's together, continuously one way. Most of pot holders are usually twisted like this. I'm not doing that. It's continuously one way. And I'm making it where the bump at the top faces up towards the front of the pot holder. And then I'm just throwing it in here in the center, just like this. And now I'm going to stitch everything down. So again, I'm going to take it to my machine. And I'm going to stitch 1/8 inch all the way down, all the way around, sealing my opening first. If I could find my thread, there it is. So I'm going to seal the opening first.
Robin says, OMG, no TP to be found. Yep. Luckily, I stocked up for us before all the nonsense happened because I knew it was going to come around again. So I didn't have to worry, but the last time we were at Walmart, I looked just to see, and they were empty. And tonight I looked at Smith's, and they were empty too. It's going crazy.
Very crazy. So I'm stitching 1/8 inch all the way around. And before I get to my starting point, I'm going to snip away that excess thread. I just pivot at the corners. I get to about 1/8 inch away with my stitching, and then I just pivot and go the opposite direction.
Senada wants you to know her daughter came home on Friday, and thank you for the prayers.
Oh, wonderful. That is wonderful. So she's a lot better now then? And pot holder number 2. So it's not perfect. It looks like it's to this side a little bit with the hanging thing. I should have... I'm not measuring them. There's no point, but it's pretty center to me. I mean, it's probably like not even a 1/4 inch difference right here, but that's fine. So now I have 2 pot holders, and they both have different backs, just like that.
Jill says in May her youngest son graduated from high school and they got TP'd with rolls of toilet paper, individually wrapped. She says it's very clever and most appreciated.
All right, so 2 down. 10 more to go. I don't think I'll make all 10 in the video, but I'm going to show you again. So, I need
don't
a front.
know. They're talking about the truckers going on strike. Justin's a trucker and we haven't heard anything from him. He was just here last week.
All right, a front and a back. Got that. And then 2 pieces with the shiny side facing in.
Hello again, everyone. Hello.
So 2 pieces. We're going to put those down first. Then we're going to put the backing on top of that.
Oh, you got tomatoes on the back. I like that.
They're all different.
I didn't even see that. I got to look at them. Well, I've been in and out since I got home.
And then, so
Oh,
the
they are
backing
nice.
faces up, then the top goes face down. And if it's directional, make sure that your backing is directional facing, but this one's not, so I don't have to worry about it. And then you could either clip it, which I'm just going to do, actually, let's use the other clips because these ones suck. I'm just going to go ahead and put clips all the way around it. Just using my bag clips because they work, instead of putting a pin in it, because it seemed to have shifted too much with the pin. Of course, maybe I shift too much because I sew a little on the too fast side. I am a speedy sewer, but most of the stuff comes out usable and looks nice-ish. I'm not worried. And I doubt anyone else has ever been. Anybody that's ever received or gotten anything I've ever made. You see that I rush everything, but it's still okay. So, again, Insul-Bright on the bottom, backing, and then the top. Those are right sides together. And now I'm going to sew 1/4 inch all the way around. And I'm just doing one at a time because it seems easier to do one at a time. Oops, I need to come in from right here because I'm going to leave an opening that I can, an opening for my fingers to go through. Sewing right off the edge. Right up to my pin, right off the edge. And I'm still shifting, so I'm just going to remove these because this is not helping me any. I just hold it down with my hand and cut away any excess shifting. That's all I'm going to do. And one more side. Left my opening with a back stitch. Guess it held it down good enough for the moment. So I have an opening.
Was the second one better with the pins, June asked?
No, it's still shifting. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to put a couple pins on it to hold it temporarily. But, yeah. I'll just cut away with the scissors any excess of the Insul-Bright that seems like it'll be in the way, you know?
Jill is using
With the
clips
fold.
versus pins.
Yeah. The clips worked better than pinning it, that's for sure. The bag clips. Or hair clips or whatever they are. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I'm just going to trim away excess because it works better that way. Looks good, totally not in the way, not in the way, and not in
June
the way.
found some of the Insul-Bright and the batting pieces from the last time.
Okay. So, again, between the 2 layers of fabric, not between the Insul-Bright, between the 2 layers of fabric. Oops. Snip your corners first, right up to that stitching, but not the stitching. Just clip the corner away. Oops, right there.
Lisa says do some assembly line sewing.
Yeah, I should. I'm taking the hard way around by doing them one at a time. Alright, so now I'm just going to spin it through my hole. I mean, it's not really that hard. This hole I made a little bit smaller than the last one, but whatever. Pull it through, pull it through. And hello to anybody that's joining. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, friends. I know I'm silly today. And thank you all my moderators for being here and hanging out and moderating. Although I haven't had any like funkiness in my chat in a long, long time. Alright, let's mostly push them all out and then I'll grab my pencil. Do you remember where that purple, remember that purple stick that was right here that you always kept asking me, what is that?
Yes.
Do you know what I did with that? Since
I would have no
got
idea.
the desk?
I would have no idea what you did with it.
Because it's missing. Missing.
I'll take a gander around.
I don't know where it is.
It could be laying around back here. You never know.
No, it could have fell, actually. But
Yes, it could have.
it didn't, I don't think. I think it's just missing. It's missing. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to think of something to ask you guys. Here's a fun one. What is your favorite rotary blade, rotary cutter? What is your favorite brand? And then, do you use the same brand rulers and cutting mats? Or is it all like me? Olfas, Fiskars, Missouri Stars, Fiskars, just random, whatever you got, you got. Or do you guys have a specific brand? I'm kind of curious because I'm going to get a Martelli thing, which I'm going to ask my husband for. I haven't yet because now I just remembered that I was going to ask him. I'm going to cut a little bit of this away. But what is your favorite rotary brand? And do you use the same brand rulers and cutting mat and so on and so forth? I've always been curious because I have everything as a different brand, and does it ruin a product if you use different brand things? Like I don't use, well actually in the Olfa I do, I don't use Singer blades and a Singer rotary cutter. I just use whatever I can get. And my 28mm has no name brand, so I just put whatever I can get in it. My Olfa does have Olfa blades because it came with Olfa blades. But
Kim says she used the Olfa cutters, the Fisker mats, and all kinds of rulers.
So everything's different, like me.
Eric says his favorite rotary cover is Martelli, and he likes the Creative Grids rulers.
Creative Grids rulers. I don't think I have any Creative Grids. I have Omni Grip, Fiskars, and Missouri Star. That's what I have. I don't have any Creative Grid ones.
Linda says it's all mixed.
Actually,
Mario
no.
says a mishmash.
That's Omni Grid too. Yeah, I don't have any Creative Grids.
Lisa says her hubs heard Laura Lynn sewing on Saturday and thought it was you, Tiff.
Oh, my machine's a little bit louder than hers, I think. Like, not a little bit, a lot of it. Mine's a lot of it louder. But she does have a different microphone and camera setup, so it's a little bit, it probably sounds different. I actually have the microphone hooked up today. Only because I knew that my mother-in-law doesn't talk very loud, so I had to put the microphone in so that you guys could even hear her. Alright, I'm just rolling it here while I'm pressing so that everything is sticking the correct direction.
Eric loves the Fisker mats. Heather uses Fisker cutters and
You know what?
blades.
I have to
Olfa
say,
blades,
I like
Olfa
the
mats.
Fiskars better than the Olfa. I have an Olfa mat in the garage. I used to use it in here, but it seems that the Olfa mat has way more cuts in it than my Fiskars. It doesn't heal like it should, and you need to wash it more. And when I cut batting, because I use the Olfa one out in the garage because it's for when I trim quilts down after long arming. And yeah, the batting literally really sticks into the mat from the rotary cutter. But on this Fiskars one, the batting comes out really easily, and or it doesn't stick out at all. It's weird how to explain it. And I've never used any other brand. If there's I know that there's Martelli mats and things like that, but I've never used any of those, so I can't say how those are. But the Fiskar, between Fiskars and Olfa, Fiskars I think is better, and Olfas are a lot thicker, and I think that's another reason why they have more scarring, is what you would call it, from the same cuts over and over and over again. But yeah, it's definitely a big difference between the two, and I prefer the Fiskars. And they're lifetime guaranteed, so if I still have the receipt, it's replaceable if anything happens. Which I've already done before, and they honor it too. They sent me a whole new one when one of my smaller mats got yucky. I don't know, it came funky with a bend that wouldn't go away, so I called them and they replaced it. And then they didn't even make me send in the old one. They let me keep it, so I have two. One's just never, it's never not had this weird funky bend to it. It won't go away, no matter how many times I've pressed it down. Heated it up and tried to like make it lay flat, it still folds back up. It's kind of weird. My new one doesn't, though.
Well, Mario says in Canada they have the Unique brand mats. And he
Unique
had
brand?
his for 5 years and it's still very smooth. Yeah,
Ooh,
Unique.
that's cool.
Spelled just like unique. UNIQUE.
That sounds neat. So is that like the what I call American cheap brand, which is Fiskars, because it's a lot cheaper than buying Olfa. That would be the Canadian cheap brand, right? Is that what it is? Unique?
I don't know. We'll find out.
All right.
Isn't it?
I'm going to stick another one of these in. Again, I want to just bring them together. I'm not twisting. I'm just bringing the ends together. And making, when I put it in, I want my point sticking forward, not the other way. So, and I'm just going to center it as best as I can in here. And that looks center right there.
Eric has the same problems with his cutting mats, especially with the really thick ones. But he had his Fiskar mat for over 9 years now and still good.
Good. I'm on
So everybody
this
seems
one.
to
I'm
like
on
the
4
Fiskars.
years with. I got this one 4 years ago, but this one I got more than 4 years ago, and it's so good too. The other one is bent though.
Mario, the guy from Canada, he said he's never even seen any other brands, but he spent $60 for a 24 by 36 inch, so it's 2 foot by 3 foot mat.
24. Yep, by 36. That's what this is.
Yeah.
$60. Wow, that's expensive. I know Canadian. You guys have a lot more expense into your quilting, because I know your fabric costs more too. And you guys do fabric by the meter, right?
Well, yeah, they're on the metric system. We're the only country that's not.
Yeah.
Every other country is on the metric system. We should maybe think about that, but oh well.
All right, here we go. I'm going to sew 1/8 of an inch all the way around, but I'm sealing my opening first.
Sorry I skipped a lot of you guys. There's so many people that answered what mats and cutters, so I skipped a lot of people.
I like to know, though.
Well, I skipped a lot. There's so many. I can go back to the top and read them now that you're not talking, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot. Jill has Omni-Grid cutting boards. She's putting the rotary cutter at Becca, that Becca used last night. She's going to get that one.
The Martelli.
Yeah, the Martelli cutter. Yes, that's it.
That's what now that you're standing here, I want a Martelli cutter. I think I
Okay.
told you that the other day.
Wow.
Instead of holding it like this, look,
How much is it?
it's held like this. I don't know. Becca's not on here, so I can't. I don't know the price.
Well, Jill, you just bought one. How much is yours?
They're like $40.
Well, I have to scroll all the way back down now to count. 15.
They're like somewhere like 36 or something like that.
Jill says, "Shh, Scott, I barely know our measuring system."
You know,
We were
it'll
talking
be-
about switching from
Oh yeah.
American to the metric system.
All right. Number 3, done. So again, stick the finger in it and hold it up to show you.
Mario says the yardage is an average of $18 a yard. Charm packs are $20, jelly rolls are $60, and layer cakes are 60 plus.
That's
what it is.
outrageous. And the back has tomatoes on this one.
Yeah, $18 a yard.
Yeah, that's.
Not too long ago at Walmart, we were spending $3 before COVID hit. Now it's
Aw,
4 or
man.
5, but still,
I gotta pick some stitches
that's
out.
Walmart fabric, but
I have a
it's
little-
good.
I have a little boo boo in this one. I gotta pick some stitches out.
Jill says your cutter. She looked it up. She thinks it's $25.
Oh, okay. That was 30 something.
That's not bad. It can be on your Christmas list. Yep. See, Jill says I haven't got it yet. It's on her Christmas list. Well, there you go. It's on Tiffy's Christmas list too.
Had a little boo boo folded, not enough right here.
Kim paid $60 for the Fiskars mat. She says that's most stores now, the 24 by 36.
This one, I think I paid $38 for at Walmart, $38.97.
Hi,
That was
everyone.
4 years ago. Okay, hold on. I gotta restitch this down now because I don't know what happened, but the tomato fabric got a weird pucker in it and
Mario says
folded
that's
up
why he
right at
shops
the
at
edge.
MSQC. Even with the
Missouri
exchange and
style.
shipping, he still saved money.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what's happening here. I'm gonna put a second stitch. Nobody's ever gonna know besides me.
Lisa says she has a June Taylor mat for over 20 years and just got a Fiskars one mat.
June Taylor.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Well, it's over 20 years old, so it's an oldie but goodie, I guess.
I bet. Alright, second one is now done. It just has a second stitch that you actually can't even see. I had to do that because the tomato fabric stuck up right here on the edge. And it shouldn't do that. So, pot holder. See, we're going to use it. Pot holder. Pull your pot out. So, there's number 2. So now I have 3.
Emily says, oh, I thought all
One,
mats were the same. Everything
2,
sticks to this Alpha mat. Maybe she has to get a different brand.
3. Yeah, I don't like the... That's what I was saying about the Alpha. It, especially batting. Cotton batting is the worst. Oh my goodness. It literally just... I think it's because it's thick. I'm not sure if it's because it's thick, but I think it is because it's thick. It's like almost a 1/4 inch thick. It's a pretty thick mat. It's in the garage, and yeah, it gets everything in it. Even on, if I move cutting around all the time, which I do because I trim quilts on it, but it was my permanent on the desk. If you remember before I got this new desk, I had that one in there. It's green. And this one is better.
Here's one Michelle's telling you, honey, make sure you get a right-handed Martelli.
Yeah, which would be the red handle, not the blue handle.
Yeah, we'll make sure you do that if we're spending 25, 30
That's going to be a
bucks on
sucky
cutter.
part. I like to cut left and right-handed.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah. Well, I can cut left and right-handed. I'll get a right-handed one, though. Obviously.
Eric and Lisa both said they got their Fiskars mat at Walmart. One paid 30, one paid 27.
Yeah, mine was like $38.97 back a couple years ago. All right, next one. So that goes in this pile.
Lisa says there's
This comes
17
up
bucks
here.
on sale at Amazon.
Ooh, look at that. If you guys want to switch, or those that want a bigger mat.
Yeah, we need to get
All
endorsements here. We just talked them up something fierce. All you guys.
Right?
You should endorse all of us.
Yeah, we all should get a payment for talking about this. Because it's going to be on the replay.
Well, that was like your Spike. Remember when we talked about Spike and
Oh,
everybody
my
went and bought it
goodness.
that night?
Yeah.
They all looked it up. I remember that one.
Spike probably had so many sales that night because of me. I'm sorry, but there's some things that it'd be weird to have in a quilting video. Okay, today's video is sponsored by blah, 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 blah. and it's not even quilting related. That would be kind of funny, but most quilting related people are sponsored by quilting related products.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, might just end up looking for non-quilty related because we all use everyday items. So wouldn't that be kind of funny to have me sponsor toilet paper or armpit
Yeah.
deodorant? I mean, think about it. We all use all those products. Just because we sit in our rooms and quilt all day doesn't mean we don't use certain products. Those would be the people that are going to reach out to me in the future when I hit like 10,000 subscribers and I can finally get a sponsor. There's going to be weird stuff like
San Martinelli on Amazon yesterday at half price. So
diaper rash cream.
maybe we'll have to look it up then. Diaper.
That would be funny.
We do talk
too.
about the girls a lot and diapers and diaper rash. Yeah.
I'm going to like totally prep all these.
Eric says today's video is sponsored by toilet paper. But hey, did you hear me? But Sandra said she got a Martinelli on Amazon yesterday at half price.
Amazon. Well, then we'll look on
We'll
Amazon.
have to look then, yeah.
Alright, one
And
for
Linda
that
wants to
pile.
know if you're making Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't think so. I don't really feel like it this year. I feel like just staying in bed, hanging out with Scott, and watching a movie. Oh, wait, we do that every week.
Pretty much. We'll have the girls. We have the girls every year at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we'll have the girls, so we'll just probably make something small because Sasha does not eat our food, so because she's a picky baby. And so she'll probably just have whatever. Maybe I'll make mashed potatoes and
I'm sure Emily knows a little bit about
fried
that.
chicken
Is your
or something.
6-year-old super picky? Does she only have certain foods she'll eat, Emily? Our little Sasha girl is extremely. She has like
Yeah.
6 things she'll eat, and that's about it.
Yep, very, very picky baby.
Yeah, we already had that Thanksgiving talk earlier, Linda. You missed it. But yes, we talked all about that when my mom was here, too.
Alright, number 2 and one more. Oh, look at that. When I cut it, I didn't look at the bottom selvage.
Girl Sutcliffe says, "Hi, Mom. Is that Alexa?
That is
Maxine
Alexa.
or someone? Okay.
Alright, so they can throw that selvage out of the way. Hi, baby girl. My daughter is here, guys. In the chat.
Emily says, "OMG, yes, I started bribing her with Shopkins." Those are little toy things.
That's kind of funny. I think we would, her mama and us would all be out of money if we had to bribe her with stuff to get her to eat. All right.
Alexa says, "Love you, Mom."
Love you too.
Now they're all saying hi to her.
You guys know my daughter, Alexa. She's been on videos before.
Her name is what throws it off. I didn't know
Yeah.
what Girl Sutcliffe was.
It's like a character name or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You know Alexa and her weird characters.
Yeah, I get it. It's her anime stuff.
Anime stuff. Yeah, that's the word for it. All right. Make one more.
Well, Emily says she
piece.
got her to eat a ton of things with the bribing her.
All right. This is the last one of the wall hangings.
Yeah, Eric says his Alexa device just went on.
Oh, because my daughter, yeah, when I call my mom, we're not allowed to say the Alexa word. We always say the A word instead. We just say, so how is the A word? We actually don't say anything. We just say the A word. That means Alexa. Because I named my kid something that nowadays has a device. Yeah.
Emily says she can send you a ton if you like them. She was gifted 200 of them.
200 what?
The Shopkins things.
Oh, my goodness. If you want to send some, I could try those with her.
She's a picky one, but Tiff, she'll eat for Tiff more
Yeah,
than she'll
she
eat
eats
for
for
me.
me.
She'll only eat like 2 things for me. That's yogurt and her little spaghetti-o stuff.
Whatever.
The other things, the other 8 to 10 things she eats, she'll eat for Tiff. She won't eat anything for me, though.
Yeah, she's very, very picky. All right, so they're all together. I'm just going to go ahead and start sewing all of them.
Linda said she got hurt. She missed Mom. Oh, well. Lisa says, "Hey, I bought a Chevy.
Who? What? Lisa said what?
Lisa Peg says, "Hey, I bought a Chevy."
You bought a Chevy today?
Is that supposed to be
Is that what you did?
something funny? I don't
Car shopping?
know. Favorite. Emily said she would put one out and she could have it if she tasted it, and then one more if she ate until she was full. Alexa says she always wanted to get an Alexa to mess with you and me, honey.
Oh. What do you mean to mess with us? An Alexa for our house?
Probably.
So that we can never say your name?
Probably.
Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't want an Alexa. I already have one. Alexa, go get me some junk food and bring it over. See? It works. She'll be here in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just kidding. She could be here in 5 minutes if she actually went and got me some junk food and brought it. But I don't really need any junk food.
You got enough junk. I just got groceries. Calm down.
All right, one.
You don't have to bug her. She just got home.
Uh,
I'm getting her groceries.
all right.
Diane says it's usually texture or taste. Mine was it caused tummy troubles.
Sasha doesn't like to eat things with her fingers. So I'm assuming it's not just by texture, taste, but also by feel, because she does not like to feed herself. She did when she was really, really small, but only one thing, those little puff things. Now she'll eat apples, but that's the only thing, right? Oh, she tried a carrot before.
Yeah, apples are the only thing she'll do by hand.
But yeah, it's really hard to get a child to eat foods if they don't eat food. She does eat with a spoon now, so that's a positive. I don't know.
Well, hers is also, I think, is shaped too. Everything has to be a certain
Shape.
Yeah. She loves mac and cheese, but if we give her mac and cheese of a different design, if it's not the mac and cheese noodle, she won't eat it. It could be the same brand, the same kind, the same cheese. She won't even try it if it's shells or something.
All right, one more. And then I'm going to stop after this. The rest I can make off camera, by the way. That'll have made me 6 wall hanging ones. Or hangable ones.
Emily says, oh, my girl too. I got her chopsticks and toothpicks. Eric says, my Alexa said, sorry, I don't know that.
That's funny. I should have Alexa over one day just to screw with all of you who have an Alexa.
Well, Alexa, you can come over and do Sew Sunday with Mom anytime you want. We don't mind.
Alexa, you have to quilt your quilt as soon as I'm done with the long arm. How about that?
Emily says her daughter Penny won't even drink different brands of milk. She can tell the difference. Yes, Sasha is the same with juice. I tried to buy her different apple juice, a different brand, because it was on sale, and nope, she will only drink the one Kroger brand, or the off-brand Kroger brand that we get her, which is normally the cheap brand anyway. But that's the only juice of apple juice she will drink.
Cut away any excess Insul-Bright real quick. That's going to be in my seam, only because this one, it didn't really shift. It was just a bigger piece, that's all. Come on.
That's okay, Emily. We love them. Emily says, I feel your pain.
All right. That one was in the seam. The rest of it is not. How about these? Whoop.
Jill says it was nice when Alexa came to visit and sew.
Yes, it was.
Alexa says, I've been busy on Sundays.
It doesn't even have to be for a Sew Sunday, Alexa.
You can come on Mondays. It's our day off. Mom normally does something then.
You can do a Monday evening after work if you want. You just have to wait until the long arm is free, because your next thing to do is long arming your quilt.
Yep,
If you guys don't know, Mother's Day, was it this year? Yeah, Mother's Day this year, because there was COVID and people were still on the lake, remember?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Mother's Day this year, if you go back into my videos, Alexa and I started a Mother's Day project. She and I went to Mother's Day lunch together, and it was a picnic at the park. And I took you guys on that trip, by the way. and a Mother's Day special video, no sewing related, just a walk along the channel so you guys can see Lake Havasu. And anyway, she came over to the house afterwards, and I cut and she sewed, or she cut and I sewed, I don't remember. Her when we were at the park, I realized she doesn't have anything to lay on the grass, and the grass was wet at the park. So I was like, I'm not sitting on that, let's go sit on a bench. But the bench was covered in bird dookie. So we're like, there's barely anywhere to sit. So I was like, you need like a quilt in your trunk so that we can, you know, come to the park and have picnics and you have something to sit on. And not just me and her, but her and her boyfriend, or her and her friends, or whatever. And yeah, so I convinced her to come over and do a Mother's Day special and mother-daughter sewing for her to make herself a quilt. So guess what she did in a video? She made herself a gingham quilt top.
Dan says, I remember that.
And, well, that gingham quilt top is just sitting in the closet, not finished. She bought her batting and brought it over, and it's just sitting in the closet in the bag. Now all she needs is backing and quilting done. So she needs to just choose a backing, and I just totally snipped my stitch right there. And I told her she has to be the one to long arm. So she will be the one to quilt her quilt. And she's an artist, right, Lexa? So she should be able to...
She says that you cut and she sewed, and she's afraid of the rotary cutter.
Yeah, she holds it wrong. She was like... She uses a rotary cutter like a dagger.
Well, Lisa says she just checked. The Martella 45mm rotary cutter is $12.25. That's a good deal, right?
Really?
Yeah. Where at, Lisa?
Email me the link.
Yes. Email Tiff the thing. I can get her one tonight, and that will make her day. She can have her early Christmas present.
It'll come by Christmas, probably, with the way mail is lately. Remember, I didn't get my rivets for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just cutting away some of the Insul-Bright away from my openings.
Yes. Other Walmart stuff here is quick. I don't know.
I know, some things we get plenty quick, and then some things we don't. That's shipping for you lately. All right, and that one's way far down. All right, here we go. We're going to turn them all, press them all, and then sew them all. Remember, it's in between the two fabrics is where you turn.
Joe wants to know, is the 45mm the largest blade?
No, 60. 60 is the biggest. Then there's 45, and yes, my blade is open. And then there's 28. And there is also a Rob Appel. I think it's 9 or 10. Or maybe it's 11. It's this little itty bitty dinky thing for applique. It's the Rob Appel.
Don't look at me. I don't know it.
Applique something. I don't know. I don't think I think the word means applique or something. But yeah, it's a little tiny dinky little rotary cutter. Like seriously, it's almost the size of the back of these. Maybe it's the size of this one. The back of the hook right here, or the spinner to tighten the blade in. It's about that size. I think it's 10mm, somewhere around there.
It's shark.
Yeah.
Emily says shark. Eric says shark cutter.
Yeah. It's really, really dinky. I don't have one because I don't really do applique, so there's no need for it. And the 28mm can go around curves. But this thing you can literally like draw with. But it's a blade. So yeah, there's one of those. So there's plenty of different sizes.
Well, Lisa said it was on Amazon. It's on Amazon for...
All right, we'll just go on the computer after.
$12.25. I hope it's free shipping. That would be awesome.
Pencil. Oh, come on.
Shirley Clute says she has one that fits on her finger like a thimble.
A blade?
Yeah, how does that
rotary
work?
Cutter?
Fits on your finger like a thimble?
Oh, I've never heard of anything like that. But then I'm not a notions person. Does that make any sense? The only time I get a notion is if I absolutely need it, like, or if I have a project. Like, I bought the special ruler just recently because I have a plan to use it on a video. I just haven't done it yet. Because I have to get my pile of quilts down before I can keep adding to it. So that's why we've been doing little projects lately, guys. So, but yeah, I'm not a notions person. I don't have a bunch of different weird notions. People have sent me notions in the past though, and I obviously appreciate it because some of it I would have never known about if they hadn't sent them in the mail to me. So that's wonderful, but when it comes to notions, I really don't have a bunch. Alright, let's press this one real quick before I lose track of what I'm doing. Trying to make sure that my
So you snip the corners to prevent the bent corners and internal folds, Lexa asks?
My Lexa?
Yes, your Lexa asks.
I snipped the corners on the outside purposely so when I fold it that the corner is a point instead of round. If you have a seam in there, it's going to fold in on itself like this and cause you not to be able to poke that out. So you got to snip the corner away. And this one, some of them I get too close because I'm horrible like that. You got to make sure you do not snip the stitching. Snip up to the stitching, but not the stitching. Why? Are you going to make yourself some, Alexa? These are for Grandma. Not my mom, Scott's mom.
She says she did not see.
Oh, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Well, she says that she did not sis, but I take it she means see.
Oh.
While you're doing that, Eric wants to know, where did you get the decal stickers on your machine from? That's a very common
Urban
question.
Elements.
We get that question a lot. It's from Urban Elements.
UrbanElements.com. Give me 2 seconds because I actually purposely, for the fact that you guys always ask, everybody always asks, where did it go? It was right here. I did this on purpose. I made sure to separate it. Oh, that's kind of funny. I separated it on purpose. Oh my goodness, it was right here. Oh, I'll have to bring it out next time. I'll have to get reminded. People always ask me, and I.
That is your number one most asked question. That and what brand of machine you use.
Yeah. I contacted Juki again, by the way. They are not looking to sponsor anybody new at this time. Plus, I think the guy was saying no because I don't have enough subscribers. So if you guys want to help me get up there in subscribers, I can't find the paper. Anyway, it's urbanelements.com. Spelt like it sounds. URBAN elements.com.
What size is your triangle ruler on the wall hanging?
Which one?
Brenda asks. I take it the big large triangle. It's probably the one they can see the best. It's the only one I can really see in the video here.
This? What size are these? These are my strip tube rulers.
I take it that's the one she's asking.
These are my Cozy Quilt strip tube rulers. This is the small one, and then there's a large one. I don't know what size they go up to 9 inches, and the small one is 6.5 inches. 9.5 inches and 6.5 inches.
Thank you, Diane. Diane put the urbanelements.com.
Thanks, Diane. I know I totally need to. Maybe I'll contact them next. I'll be like, everyone's always asking me about your stickers. Alright, here we go. Stay down. See, Alexa actually has a sewing machine at her house. So she could sew things too, if she wants to. Alright, one is ready.
Emily says you go on Amazon affiliate link. They sell Jukies there. You get a percentage of everything anyone buys, not just what you recommend. Okay,
version of hair clips.
Okay.
Interesting.
I was looking for sponsor, so that means every time I say Juki or every time, you know what I mean? Every time you mention something or talk about the
I say
machine
that all the time.
to get people
It's
to
way far behind.
be interested, because everyone's always interested in what I have, then you get, even with the links, you know what I mean? I think sponsors actually pay more than than affiliate links. Like you get a one-time big huge chunk instead of a small one, or they supply like a, you guys know, oh, I'm trying to think of who, Irene, what is her, oh my goodness, now I can't think of it, and I watch it all the time. Anyways, I can't think of the channel. She is doing a sew along with Bernina. Well, just did. She's already done with it, and she's quilted it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, they sent her a machine to work with. And then there's another lady that I watched, Jess with Okla Roots. They sent her through one of the companies a whole entire 10 needle embroidery machine to do, you know, so to pretty much like demo, I guess, on videos. As long as she talks about it, she gets paid for it. That's the kind of sponsor I'm talking about getting. Okay, so I'm centering this again. I just, oh, so you guys know.
Well, Mario says to
Took
look
my
under
piece,
tattoo elements. They have neat
place
stuff.
forward like this. I did not twist. I stayed, oops, one direction. And the point faces me.
Alexa says she does custom collars for dogs and costumes for humans. I didn't know you did the dog collars. You should show some of them to Grandma. She'd probably buy one for her dog.
Is Alexa on the line or something?
Yep.
Yes, she is. That's who we're talking to.
Yep. Talking to Alexa's has Eric's Alexa talking.
Well, and other people's
And
too.
other people's too. All right. So now I'm just sealing it.
Diane says Margaret Lowell got a machine.
Yeah. So you guys know what I'm saying. Certain sponsors supply certain things. I watch other channels that aren't even quilting related, and their sponsors are things like they get years supplies of Cheetos so that they can eat Cheetos while they're on video. Some of them, I know one lady, she gets tea. I don't remember the name of the brand. It's not Lipton. It's a weird oddball brand. If she sends you to the website and buy the tea, you know what I mean? She drinks tea. As long as it's always in her video and she always mentions it, she's, you know, she's sponsored by them. So, yeah. That's what kind of thing I'm looking for.
I would just take a free shirt.
Yeah, I don't mind free shirts.
Would work. Emily also does costumes and she does cosplay too.
Yeah, and another thing, when I got my long arm, nobody had them. I was one of 5 people who purchased that long arm. Okay? I was the first of one of 5 people who purchased my long arm when they came out. When that day that it came out on the market. I went through everybody at that company, from the small salesperson all the way to the big time manager to the business people of that company. And guess what? I asked them all if I could be a sponsor. I said, I already have a YouTube channel. I already have things in play. I will be teaching how to use this machine. Whether you sponsor me or not, I'm going to teach how to use this machine, blah, 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 so that there will be videos out there for people who have this machine. Did they go for it? No. Not even me paying full price for the machine, as long as they sponsor me in the end. You know what I'm saying? I never got sponsored by them. I think my YouTube channel just didn't have enough people.
Probably.
They want people that have like 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers. And, well, I'll never be there. And I care less if I ever get there. Because I'm not, I like the oops, we're out of bobbin. I'm sewing with nothing. I like the closeness with all of you guys, you know. If I had thousands and thousands of people on one live chat, which I've seen, the people that host the live chats never even see those comments. They get 1 or 2 while they're while they're on the live chat. It just goes and goes and goes continuously, and you catch 1 or 2 things that look, you know,
Well,
important.
Yeah, you only have 70 people on here and I can't read all the comments to you.
Yeah,
I only read, I pick in, you know, I try and read the majority of them, the ones that pertain, but like I said, I couldn't read all the ones of the different mats and cutters people were using. There was too many. I would have just kept interrupting you.
So yeah, someday, maybe a small channel type person that's okay with sponsoring a small channel will say, oh hey, here you go, try my products, sell it on your channel. I don't know. All right. Next.
Heather's hoping to win one of the prizes from Sugary Doo. That would be freaking cool.
That's
she
the
says.
channel I was talking about, Sugary Doo. Irene. Well, her name sounds different than Irene when she says it, but it's spelled Irene. She's Dutch.
Well, thank you, Eric. I try hard.
So now I have 4.
Sandra says,
three,
thank you for being here. She
4.
always learns new things from
And
me.
they all have a different back on them so far. And so far, the ones that'll be for the hanging on the wall are the ones that say, family, bless this home, blah, 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 blah. And she'll know the difference because these ones will have a different top hook on them. All right, so let's get this one turned.
Well, thank you, Lexa. I try. Emma, Diane says, I love them, Tiff.
The pot holders?
Yeah.
They are adorable, right? She chose the perfect kitchen-related fabric. I was just going to make her pot holders out of just the fabric of fruits and vegetables because I didn't know, but I let her choose. So she went through my room, and I had recently just got this in one of my hauls, so she was like, right on it. She's like, oh, that will match my kitchen right there. So... shove it all in, and then fix the hole, straightening it all out. And I'm gonna have to find my purple thing because the pencil is not
Sandra
the
says,
best
really cute.
for this. And like I said, my hole is not hand size. You can make your holes hand size when you do this, but I don't see the need because I just stick my finger in there to straighten it before I poke the pencil in it and poke those corners
Why are you
out.
making my mother 12 of them? I thought she only was getting like
She
1 or
wants
2.
6 to hang. I was only going to make 6. They were going to be 1 picture on the front and 1 picture on the back.
Uh-huh.
But they're going to get, she chose it to be in 12 so that 6 can hang on the wall and then 6 will be for use at all times. So 6 are just for decoration pretty much.
So she's getting one heck of a Christmas present, huh?
Yes. Because this is a lot of work.
Yeah, I see that.
That's why she was around watching, to realize that this is a lot of work that goes into this. I like when people that don't quilt and sew actually see the work that goes into me quilting and sewing. That's why I tell people that purchase my quilts, the ones that have been made online, the ones that are not you guys purchasing quilts, but people that, you know, get custom ones. I'm like, well, you know, I made a video about it. You can go on my YouTube channel and watch. And they have, and they're like, wow, I can't believe all that. Well, you did all that? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yep.
Denise wants to know if you're going to be doing the same type of loop on the non-hanging pot holders.
Yes, same type of loop. I might make the loop face the same way with the twist so that it lays flat. That way it stays flat. But we'll see when I get to it. Because I'm not going to do those on today's live stream. I'm probably going to take myself a break and do food and movie time with Scott, which is what we do every Sunday.
Well, we try to.
Well, we try to. Every Sunday after the live stream, we eat and watch movies together.
Thank you, Linda.
It's our relax night, and then tomorrow we do all the running errands and things that we haven't done throughout the week that we should have done.
I already looked over there, Denise. I don't think it is.
What?
She says, is the purple thing sitting on the shelf with the bear? Thing you're looking for that's hanging there?
Oh, no.
No, I don't see it.
I don't know.
This is a pair of purple scissors, if that's what you're thinking, right here.
No,
I don't know how well you guys can see everything.
I don't know where I put it. I was using it when I was doing the bags, so I don't know where it ended up.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you all. You don't all have to say bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, now that you have it being talked about again, I don't know what happened to it. I was using it when I was making my Tiffany bags, when I was making them in bulk.
You probably threw it in a drawer and covered it up.
It's just a purple stick.
I know. I used to ask you about it.
I don't know what happened to it. I like that tool. A lot of, I don't usually do notions, but there are certain notions That.
It might have fallen behind these shelves, yes. They
Well,
asked if
yeah,
it
you
fell
guys
behind the
remember it
shelves.
hung right here, and I used to just stick it
Yeah.
back in the bag, but the whole bag is missing too. So.
Linda asked if it fell behind the shelves.
Oh, well.
Yes, it probably did. Lexa says,
I'll
love
worry
you,
about
Mom. She might be getting off, I guess.
Okay, love you, Lex. I'll talk to you later.
I don't know if she is. She just says, love you, Mom.
All right, so I'm gonna flip.
Jill says maybe you left it in one of the bags. That could be.
Then somebody got one heck of a deal. They got themselves to go with their bag.
Well, we still have some that didn't sell. We
If
got
it would have, somebody
2,
would have told
4,
me.
6. We still have 8 bags over here that haven't sold.
Yeah.
At least.
Oh. All right. Slide this in.
Plus this beautiful bag here, which is not for sale. That's Tiffy's bag, but it's beautiful. I think she did a really good job on that. Plus, I love the...
Yes, I love my bag. I haven't started using it because I don't go anywhere. It's just been sitting in here. I told
love
you
the
guys,
fabric.
it most likely will end up being decoration for a while in my room here. Only because I don't really go anywhere to use a bag, so...
Lisa says that you reorganized. You may never find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Diane says, not in my bag, darn it. Tom says, mine always hides under the machine.
That's not where mine is.
Alexa says, clips, question mark. I don't know what she's talking
Oh, the
about.
clips are hair clips, Lexa. They're for bag making, using them with vinyls and leathers, because these clips have teeth in them and leave marks on the vinyl and leather. So these hair clips do not leave marks on vinyl and leather, but they also come in handy for having a flatness when you're trying to sew over certain kinds of seams. Yeah, some things that you guys don't ever see because I don't really ever use it all the time, or at least don't use it on camera.
Yes, Denise, that's exactly what'll happen. She says, when you purchase another one, then you'll find it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy another one.
That's what'll happen. Lexa says, I still want a crossbody version of the teal and brown one.
Oh, I know. I haven't got to it yet.
Lynn says she just found your channel. Y'all seem very fun. I look forward to watching more. Just
Oh,
bought
well,
my
welcome.
first sewing machine 2 days ago and can't wait to start sewing.
Oh, well, welcome, and I'm glad that you were able to join. And there's not just me. I don't know how many channels are here right now, but some of the people that would be in the chat are other YouTube channels, because I hang out with
Get
those.
you off. Okay, now you're on. Now you can start talking about.
And then there's Tea with Tea Quilts. So if you guys are interested in learning things from other channels, you can head over to those channels. And if those channel people are here right now, they know they're all moderators. They can put the link to their channel in here. So anybody that's new, it's not just me around. There is other YouTubers you might want to check out. We all bring a different type of learning to the table, so you can learn all sorts of tips and techniques and tricks and stuff in all different kinds of ways. So
Lexa says, anyway, good night, Mom. She will probably join one day this week, she says.
Okay. Well, I have a quilt on the long arm, so you really can't do that, because that's going to take me a while to finish. It's all ruler work. And
Oh, she can join and help you work with that or something in here.
Okay.
If she wants. That's up to her.
Come on. Come on. Sorry, I had a little boo-boo right here.
The tablet's like 30 seconds to a minute behind. Okay, yes, you're live again now. Now you can talk.
Sorry for that, guys. When my cell phone gets notifications, even in airplane mode, doesn't get notifications, but the internet doesn't work very well. But I turn the volume all the way off and everything, and it still cuts me off every time. I don't know why. We have not figured that out.
And Emily is going to send you her email address for Lexa so they can get together since they're both cosplay people.
Oh, yeah. That works perfect. My daughter is 100% cosplay obsessed. That works perfect, Emily. Yeah.
Yes, Diane, we have internet issues too, we know.
I encourage you guys making friends on here and hanging out in person with the friends you've made on here. There's a lot of you, I've done it before where I have you guys say what state you're in, and if two of you are both in Michigan and you find out what city you're in, you guys can hang out I mean, this is obviously time of COVID, but when COVID is over, you know, or when everything goes back to absolute normalcy, mostly normalcy, then you guys can get together and hang out, which is definitely something I want to do. Nobody lives close to me, though.
Brenda says hi.
My Vegas friends, I might be able to go hang out with.
Lexa says she wants to work on Jaden's quilt. Yes,
Okay,
I told
okay.
Mom earlier. I read her your one
Yeah.
about working on boyfriend's quilt. Yep, she
Alright.
knows.
Oh, there it is. I was wondering where that thread went.
Let's see.
All right, next one.
Brenda said hi. Where are we at?
Next one done. And see, my back is also in position directional. So the front fabric and the back fabric, I made sure were they're in their proper direction. And there it is. And it's still a pot holder. You can still pot hold. It still takes something hot and go, it's not going to burn me. It still works. It's double layer, so it's nice and thick. All right, last one. And then the rest I'll do off camera because I'm not in the mood. I'm done for the day. These things are giving me issues.
Lexa's saying good night now. She said thank you everyone for being amazing.
We are. The sewing and quilting community is amazing. You guys are all some very wonderful people.
Tiffany, you gotta soon call it a night. It's getting close
Yes,
to
I
8
am.
here.
I am. I'm
We
hurrying,
gotta do
guys.
the movie.
This is the last one of the night, and the rest I will do off camera.
Well, you can go live tomorrow or later tonight. We just need to eat and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Well, I already ate. You need to eat.
Yeah, I haven't eaten. I'm hungry. And I see all this fabric has food on it, which does not help. I actually have fabric that has like ice cream cones and stuff on it, and I'm like, sucks that I can't have ice cream, but it does sound good.
Well, Jill, we are doing the Underworld.
Yeah,
I
we're
would
doing
say
it.
trilogy. There's more than 3 though. So we're doing the Underworld movies, and we're on the 4th one. So we're doing the 4th one tonight.
We try to do a lot. We mix the movie scheme up. Sometimes we do actions. Sometimes we do romance. Sometimes we do drama. Sometimes we just watch comedy. Sometimes we do the whole entire series of something. So, like, next could be, just for an example, like all of the Lord of the Rings or something, you know, but we just did that, what, last year?
Yeah,
we did the
didn't do
Lord
that
of
too
the Rings
long
last
ago.
year, huh? But we'll do the same movie things. Like,
Well-
right now we're watching the Underworld movies. So like 5 years from now, we'll probably watch all the Underworld movies again because that's how we do it.
Well, we did the Knocked Up movie, and we're waiting on the This Is 40 movie, whatever, because it's sort of the sequel to it, but yet not, because the library has to get it in. So
And I'm
in the
telling you
meantime,
guys
while
right
waiting,
now,
we're doing the
For
Underworld
those that
movies.
like funny movies, the movie Knocked Up is so funny. All right, so I'm just pressing this last one right here at this fold. and then the
Linda
whole
wants
thing.
to know if you ever looked up the website she was telling you about, Mulqueen and Sewing.
Yeah, I
and
actually have
Fashion
it.
Center.
I have it open on my phone.
Yes, Linda, she's got it.
It's open on my phone. I've been browsing through it. Trust me, I look at everything you guys tell me to go to.
Lisa says goodnight to both of us and see you soon. Everyone take care. She
All
says that she used homostats and she likes them better than the purple thing.
Huh.
Hemostats? Hemostat?
I don't know. 'Cause
Well,
I
the
can't-
purple thing that was on the wall, is that what it's
Yeah.
called, the purple thing? She
It's
uses...
called the purple thing, yes.
Lizette wants to know if you got the foodie fabric from Soya.
No, I did not. I haven't bought fabric from Soya in months because I just haven't. I try, but I never get what I want, or they don't have what I'm looking for. I'm on a hunt for purple batiks, and everybody wants purple batiks, so obviously I can. By the time I go to type my letter, there's already 30 numbers. You know, by the time I go to type a number, there's 30 ahead of me. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting it.
We don't do too many shows together, Heather, because our schedules are a little different.
So I'm watching the 100 right now, thanks to Becca. She got me hooked. And then, what are you watching?
At the moment, I'm not watching any TV shows.
Oh.
I have some that I'm waiting for new seasons to come out. I'm waiting for the last season of Vikings. I'm waiting for the last season of Supernatural to finish. And I'm waiting for a new season of my other Viking show, The Last Kingdom. But yeah, Tiff's schedule, she's a night owl, and I'm a morning person, so
I'm an insomniac, so
it's hard for us to watch shows together. We have done Sons of Anarchy together, and we've done a few other shows, but it's hard for us to really do too much.
Yeah.
And Denise asked, what type of hooks do you use on the wall for your tools? Is it a pegboard? Picture is a little fuzzy.
No, I want a pegboard, but I haven't got it yet. Financial problems have came up recently, but I'm not going to go into that right now. They're just a thumbtack, but the kind with the, not the thumbtack flat one, but the pin, with the pin head part, with a paper clip, the coated paper clip, not the metal one, but the black coated paper clips, bent sideways and tipped up and then hooked in with the pin. And they stay pretty darn good. And this is drywall, regular drywall, so
Yeah.
they've come out or come loose
the
more I
Be right back.
keep them off, but as long as I don't mess with them continuously, I don't have a problem with them. So that's what they are. They're just thumb pin tack thingies. Pin tacks, I guess is the word for it. Pin tack? Yeah, that's the word. They're pin tacks with the rulers hooked. I want to get a pegboard though, just like the design wall, but we recently had some financial problems, so most of you guys know financially the things I struggle with, but right now it's not much for a conversation.
Mario's binge watching The Golden Girls. My mother loved that show. I grew up watching that. Yes, it's pretty good, Mario. It's funny.
I watched The Golden Girls in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep because infomercials made you want things.
Yeah.
So I'd keep myself from buying. I'd watch the other stuff. Like MASH came on at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I had to watch MASH. It was the perfect end to all of my TV shows in the middle of the night.
They want to know where Soya is located.
Las Vegas, and I plan to go there in person someday.
Diane and Emily both love Vikings. Yes, it's a great show. I can't wait for the last season. Have either of you guys seen, I think it's The Last Kingdom on Netflix?
Now we're sponsoring
Diane
Netflix.
says love MASH.
What? I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm being silly.
Well, it's sort of the same premise as Vikings, except it's only in England, and it's the Vikings invading England. It's kind of, for them that know the show, it's sort of the same premise, but different people and different stuff. And yes, there's lots of action, lots of the same stuff as Vikings.
Scott's a barbarian and Viking and
I was born in the wrong century, yes.
all that kind of stuff. Kind of dude.
Yes. A couple hundred years ago. Yep, it's the Last Kingdom. A couple hundred years ago, honey, you would have been my warrior woman.
Yep, I would have been. My 1/8 of an inch seam kind of like without paying attention properly, just like zoomed right off of the fabric and then right back on very carefully, so I had to pick it out real quick.
Yes, they're all around King Alfred in England. The Last Kingdom's actually based on a bunch of books, and if anyone reads the books, of course the books are better, but they finally made a TV show of the books. Vikings, I don't know if they had books on or not. I found the Vikings show after I found The Last Kingdom. Anyway, I'll shut up and let Tiff talk about sewing, because I'll talk about Vikings all night.
He's a Viking. Oh, he's also a history nut. He loves history.
I used to teach homeschool kids war history, yes. I talk a lot about history.
My messed up stitching is still here. I gotta kind of trim that out real quick, and then I'll show you all of them, and then I can say my goodbyes.
I understand that one, Gwen. It kind of did go downhill in my point of view after that.
Oh my goodness, come on, you stupid stitch. This is not where you actually have to pick each individual stitch out. I mean, it's not too horrible. It's just right here on this edge. It came past and came back on, and then I just restarted it. All right. Not like she's gonna care. They're not like perfect. All right. Done with that. Stick my finger in it. Show ya. So this one, oops, has corn on the back.
Yep.
So I'll read them all to you as I show them off one more time. So the one I just finished says, good friends, good food, good life, cupcake party, barbecue, chocolate cake, cookout, fish fry, let's get cooking. You know, and I forgot to tell you guys what this panel was from in the first place. Just out of curiosity, for those that are curious about this panel, it's Home is in the Kitchen by Dan DiPaolo for Clothworks by clothworks.com. So Home is in the Kitchen by Dan DiPaolo by Clothworks. Okay? All right, so there's that one. This one just says, let's cook. And it has seed packages on the back. So like carrots, peas, tomatoes, sweet corn, blue ribbon farm, cabbage patch, squash. So it just has little things on the back, and then it has the chef on the front saying, let's cook. This one says, family blessings, good friends, good food, good life. And this one has green beans on it. So this one does not have the chef on it. This one says, home is in the kitchen. Darn straight. That's where everybody mingles, is kitchens and dining rooms.
Yep.
And this one has watermelon on it. This one says menu, grilled shrimp, baked tapia. I don't even know how to say that because I don't eat fishy stuff.
Tapia?
Talapia. That's
Tilapia.
Tilapia. With raspberry cream. Ooh, that makes me want that now. Ooh, that sounds so good. So there's this one. Is it still going?
Yeah.
And this one has
stopped
apples
for a second,
on the
but
back.
yeah, you're good. You're back on.
Apples. Apple blossoms. And then this one says, home is in the kitchen where family and friends gather, and it has 3 chefs on it.
They're all saying it's adorable. Tomatoes
on the back. Which worked out perfect because this one actually has tomatoes in all the things they're doing on the front.
Yes, that does work.
I didn't even plan that. They are messing with tomatoes, and I was just putting random ones on here. That's kind of funny. This one's got the apples on the back, but he's holding spaghetti. This one has watermelon on the back, and there's corn, potatoes, and tomatoes. This is the same thing, but green beans on the back, so there's no green beans on the front. This one's just like
Billy says cute. June says they're
and
lovely.
This one has corn. But he's
Diane
holding.
says your mom's a lucky lady.
So here's 6 of her 12.
Lizette says love it.
6 of her 12.
What in the world is she ever going to do with 12?
I have no idea. She's going to hang 6 of them and use 6 of them. I don't know. Whatever. She can even...
Are you
whatever.
using the good stuff on the 6 she's hanging too?
Yep.
The thick stuff? This stuff's
Well, she can still use them.
This stuff's expensive.
Oh, well. There we go. The rest I make will be off camera. They're not really the same. They're all different, but they will have one of each of the same backs again. And then they all have different pictures. Some have sayings and some just have pasta. Like, never trust a skinny chef. The secret's in the sauce. That's the one that should get the tomatoes. Let's eat. Obviously, you guys are probably just seeing piles of blurry.
Yeah,
Eat your vegetables. Oh.
Maybe it's clearer on here.
And then
and this one is
nothing
blurry.
on this one. It's just hanging pots and pans, and then the 3 chefs with no saying. So that's fun. That'll be fun. Lots of pot holders. All right. So that's, anybody have any questions?
Diane loves the apple fabric. Jill says enjoy your movie and dinner. See you next time.
All right, so there's my next time sewing project. Everything's
Mario says very
already,
nice.
already ready for me to sew.
Lizette says you love it.
Yep, my mother-in-law will love it all. I'll just put all
Good
this
night.
away.
Thank you for the enjoyable and informative show from Denise.
And I hope you guys learned. I hope you were able to tell what I was doing as I was explaining how I put these together. It's so simple. I just sewed around the edge. No need to quilt them. They will stay. They're pot holders. They will go through the wash just fine. So it should be just fine. Yeah.
Diane says good night, my friends. Good night, Diane.
All right. Well, I'm glad all of you can join me. Again, I'm sorry I don't come on very much. I can't control that. I mean, I get really busy, and then there's days that I'm not busy, and then I have what I felt like today. I don't want to do anything, but I have to force myself. So maybe if I can just force myself to do some more videos.
Yes, someone talked her into doing pot holders earlier today. Wonder who that would have been.
When I was going to do other things. So anyway.
Wonder
if
who
I
that could have been.
Force myself up, I could get more videos made. So you guys just hope that I start forcing myself to do things. Like I said, I haven't been feeling good, but I'm doing what I can when I can. So at least you guys see me every Sunday for a fact. Every time. That's all I can do for now. But I'm trying to work more in. And like I said, I don't have an unbroken camera mount yet for my long arm. So that's why there's been no long arm videos. There's one on the frame. But it's hard to teach it if I can't have you guys on the frame following the the camera. It moves with it. So I don't know how to, besides you guys seeing my standing and how I would hold rulers and the best way to position yourself and so on, I don't really know what to show you.
Emily says she always learns stuff here. You are awesome.
All right. Well, I appreciate all of the comments and all of the hanging out and all of the love and all of the whatever we've been doing here. I'm going to go. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I can't close Justin's things in the way.
Oh, just slide it over.
I'm trying. Your phone's really not cooperating.